Jami messaged me and said, let's do a thrift challenge. So I said, let's do it. Here's a few different pictures of my carts. I do a lot of thrifting. I'm not sure which stuff is hers in here, but it all got boxed up and sent to Utah. All right, let's see what Jami Ray sent to us in our junk challenge box. I just peeked at this a little bit, so some of it I've not seen. These are some sweet metal candle holders. Very good and classic. It's in their video. This is wood, the Herald collection, pine cone finial. But this is a very good painting candidate. So we'll have to do this, I think, called Pothos. So we can use that on something. And this is that's a very good paint candidate. Oh, look at how cute these are. These are perfect for succulents. I actually need something to put some succulents in. Oh, look at this. What are we gonna do with this? Cute for spring. Painted up with the butterflies on it. This has got tomato ears. This is gonna be a good makeover. I feel like I had one of these one time. Like apothecary, kind of beehive. That's cute. These are not a set, but this will be interesting to see if these sell. I don't usually pick these up, but look at how cute that is. Yeah, this is gonna be very good for spring. They got the clock. Oh, see, no, this is my favorite. Another apothecary glass. Yep, looks like we can have a little set here. Oh, cute. This is a cute little birdhouse. Brand new pillow cover that says, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine." Oh, Jami must have meant this about me. She must have meant this about me. Here's all my junk spread out, ready for cleaning and painting. What do you think we're gonna do with all this? Which flip you think is gonna be the best? Let's find out. All right, it's time to get our paint on and flip some of this stuff from Jami and Zeb. So I've got some cottage colors. I like to mix a little bit of the crinoline. I'm actually gonna mix a decent amount of crinoline with this white linen, in hopes that we don't have to top coat things. And if we do have to top coat any of these things, it'll be just a little bit of wax anyway, and probably some wax, some dark waxes and everything to give them some dimension and stuff. So I'm adding that in. I'm gonna give that a good stir. And then the other color I'm going to use is another custom. It's called Minty Green Americana. And so what I did was I had a little bit of Americana left, and I had a whole bunch of vintage mint, and I dumped that together. It makes this really, really sweet spring color. And then I think do one more. I've got a little bit of Blue Hills, and I've got a lot of Gray Sky. It's important when you use the cottage colors that you give it a really good stir, because it's not like the clay paint where it doesn't really separate. This has a top coat built in, and it definitely separates, and it's a lot thinner. But for things like this, it's really fun to use because you can do a couple of coats and then you're done. And if you see, you can see I added a lot of gray because the blue, there's probably about this much blue, and I added about that much gray. So first step is this little bunny rabbit. We're gonna take the tomatoes off, and I'm gonna add something else. I'm not sure what I'm gonna add yet, but let's see how he looks with just, I'm thinking I might add transfers or decoupage paper to him. He is pretty scratched up, but he's a good candidate. He has a little hole in his hand here, so it looks like he used to hold something. I think he's gonna have to get either a carrot or an egg to complete his look here. I did make some color changes here and there, but I tried to limit my choices because anytime you can batch paint with only a couple of colors, you're gonna get stuff a lot further. You need less brushes, less cleanup, etc. I'm using my Klingon brushes with this. They work really well with the all-in-one paint. They lay things down so smooth. And when I store them in water between coats, the paint runs off so that they stay relatively clean and fluid. You can buy the paint products on my website, rusticrehabs.com. I also have a shop in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, where we sell the products. I also paint furniture and custom paint, teach classes. This last week we did finger painting with a bunch of second graders. So there's always something fun going on at Rustic Rehabs. And make sure you follow me on Facebook and YouTube because I video a lot of what we do here, so you can join in on the fun. Now that everything's got 2 coats of paint and it's good and dry, let's put some transfers on and let's start to make these pieces really come to life. I've got Garden Marvels, which is a Prima Transfer Mini, and you get 3 sheets full of different birds and birds' nests. This is really a good one. Prima now makes these pre-made resin molds, which are so cute. So I'm going to add a bunny, a chick, some eggs on here, paint them up, and this is going to look adorable. You can get these on my website too. I distressed the clock after making it black, added a little bit of wax, and it looks super cute. Now I'm doing some wet distressing on my gray floral pocket so that we can get some of that detail to pop back out. After the wet distressing, I decided to add a little bit of the off-white paint, and now I am making a combination of a dry brush and a little bit of a wash, and so I'm just wiping it back till it just softens it up a lot. You could use white wax to do a similar look. Adding some dark wax here to the mint green floor pocket, and we're just going to let it sit down in all the details and just wipe off the top parts and blend it in. People ask me all the time, does it stick to this? Does it stick to that? I've not found really anything that DIY paint doesn't stick to yet, except for foam bricks. That's the only thing. Again, buffing off the excess, leaving it sit in all of those little butterflies. It looks so sweet. White wax on the chicks and bunny, and that will be done. Well, almost. I used a sand block to distress this birdhouse, and now I'm adding some more of the Garden Marvels mini transfer. We're going to give it a sprig of a branch, and then we're going to put a bird on it. When using transfers, I use my big plastic transfer tool. You can get that on my website. I push down with the transfer tool while I'm pulling it up the corner toward me, and helps it adhere really well. I'm also covering this in white wax, and it's going to sit down in all those crevices and just soften the whole thing. It's a beautiful spring look. I sealed up the big pine cone finial and the metal candlesticks that we painted faded burlap with a couple of coats of Big Top. Check it out. We call this a thrift store marriage. I found a baby bunny just like the one Zeb and Jamie sent me, only mine has watermelon ears. So I decided that we're going to paint it instead a mixture of crockery and white linen. Actually, I'm just jumping the crockery in where I already had the crinoline with the white linen because I really want it to be more off-white, and I also don't want to seal it. So here we go. Time to dark wax the pine cone. You know the drill by now. I'm putting this one on pretty heavy because I want it to be kind of dark in the crevices, and it's looking very cool. Time for new bunny ears. I'm tracing the old ears on some drop cloth and cutting them out. The drop cloth is a lot thinner. The other ears were quilted, double-sided. So when I put this in, they were really floppy, and I thought they might fall out. So I decided they needed some kind of little bows, and I decided to use the watermelon, and it looked so cute. I can't even stand it, you guys. Truth be told, I'm not good at this kind of stuff. I really like painting furniture the best, but if I have to do this stuff, we might as well make it fun, right? Not that Jamie forced me or coerced me. Not at all. Not at all. This is all fun. But big improvement for tomatoes, hey? Let's play with some transfers. We're going to use Lovely Labels from Redesign with Prima. The most important thing with transfers is making sure your paint is very dry, like bone dry. Make sure it's been hours. You don't have to wait the next day, but certainly don't try to do it 20 minutes after you put on the paint. Jamie and I do that in our videos. We make it work, but it's actually kind of hard to do. And you'll have a much better luck if you're not trying to do it live or rush through. I decided to add little tiny flowers for the gals, and I'm so glad I did. Crafting happiness, yay! Ready for the glamour shot before and afters. Here's the clock. Easter succulent tins turned out so good. I love them. And how about this little egg box? You won't find this in any Hobby Lobby store or rummage sale. The tins got a really major overhaul. The greenery's on my website if you're interested in that too. I sell a few different kinds of spheres, half spheres, picks, tulips. Check it out. It's good stuff. This birdhouse is unrecognizable. I love it. It's soft, it's modern, it could go in anybody's home. Pinecone finial looks great. Painted up our tin and put some spindle carrots and greenery in it, and I love it. I sell the carrots too. Check them out on my website. Our black metal candlesticks are now faded burlap with some sweet bird's nests included, and our apothecary jars are styled and ready to go home. And last but never least, the bunnies with the funny ears. They're my favorite flip. Tell me what yours is. We used a lot of different products and had a lot of different fun. I'm so glad I did this. I hope you enjoy the video.